Do you want to catch more fish than you do today? Deal. Just lend me your ears and eyes for the next few minutes, and we'll show you how to do just that. Bass, crappie, catfish, walleye, and carp. Here we come. Okay, here are some sneaky good tips and tricks to help you catch more bass every time. Okay, first is to get some super glue, and you can glue your favorite plastic trailer onto the jig head, and then it'll stay on longer and won't come off or skirt down when you're lugging it through heavy cover. Not only will this save you time and energy from constantly having to readjust the bait, it's going to stay put and entice the biggest bass to strike from those heavy cover spots. Okay, second is to change out all your hooks to blood red hooks. It's the bass's favorite color and the one they see best in shallower water. It also resembles bleeding or dying prey, thus it's going to trigger more predatory strikes from bass than not. Science has proven this over time, so give it a try. You'll start catching more bass. And third, save all your old beat up and chopped up plastic worms, and you just throw them slowly in shallower water, especially around spring spawning holes when the bass are going to defensively strike more often than not because the prey looks injured and like an easier meal. This is an old bass tournament trick some of the old timers still do these days on tour. You ever heard us old-timers say, if it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use? That's because the green chartreuse crappie jigs and trailer skirts simply work hands down to catch slabs any time of the year in any watercolor. Of course, silver and orange and pink work well in stained water too, but the chartreuse is your go-to color every time to catch them. Okay, hack 2 is really cool. You won't hear this anywhere else. All you got to do is chop up a bunch of dead emerald shiner minnows or dead baitfish chunks, and then you freeze them into ice cubes. Then when you're out on the boat or at shore, you drop the cubes into various spots you want to fish. You cast your jigs and lures into those spots, and you will smash them. Okay, third way to catch more crappie every time. Just use larger live emerald shiner minnows. If you can get them in the 2 to 4 inch size range, great. If you can get them that big, that's how you're going to catch the giant slab paper mouths. And another cool tip, put some hydrogen peroxide into your minnow bucket water. That adds in precious oxygen, and it's going to keep them alive and lively a lot longer. You want to catch more catfish every time? Just feed them baits that are high in fat, salt, and protein. And they love large, live globs of night crawlers, big chunks of cheese-filled hot dogs, and any type of old meat you got laying around, chicken or turkey or whatever. And of course, they go crazy for chicken liver too. You want to catch the biggest catfish in the pond when you know they're in there, but you just can't catch them during the day? Go back at night. That's when you're going to catch the biggest catfish because they love to feed in low light conditions and ambush their prey in the dark. It's absolutely imperative to go at night. They use their whiskers for smell. They don't need to see well. They'll smell it. And maybe the best way to catch catfish every time is to use the stinkiest, smelliest stink bait you can find. All you got to do, get some leftover spoiled chicken, put it in a big glass jar, let it sit in the sun for a week at least, bake and fester off the ground. When it smells so bad it makes you gag, get your plastic gloves on, bait it up, and hold on tight. Like with crappie, walleye love chartreuse lure colors and anything with silver and red in it. They see the orange to red spectrum color best. So if you stick with those lure colors, you're going to catch more eyes every time. Walleye love live bait too, so the largest live emerald shiner minnows you can get and the largest, thickest, plump night crawlers and hardy leeches, it's all you need to catch walleye. And a great tip for your night crawlers, keep them in the fridge for a week or two before you go fishing. They get really plump, live, and juicy and thick, and you'll catch more fish. And third, if you find the structure, you'll find the walleye. Just like with bass, if you can find the points, sunken islands, rock piles, etc., you'll find the walleye. And you want to fish in shallow water as dusk approaches because the walleye is very sensitive to light. So they often leave deep water where they're at in the day and they come to feed in the shallows at night. So that's how you get them. And lastly, carp. Carp put up a great fight and are highly fished and sought all over the world, especially in the UK. And honestly, our favorite baits to catch carp is balls of soft white bread, sweet corn kernels, and warm salted French fries that you can get at any of the big fast food places. All three of these will absolutely catch carp, any carp that swims in your pond or lake. Good luck. Go get 'em, gang.